And we are back. Another episode of the Chris Gray Show. I am your host with the most, Chris Gray. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing fine. I am doing fine. Thank you for asking. We have a jam-packed show for you this evening or whenever the heck you're going to watch this stuff. We got episode 46 is out right now. 47 will be out on Saturday. And dating stuff is out now, all on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe on the Tickety Talks. Get a lot of love on the Tickety Talks. So shout out to the people who watch on the Tickety Talks. Got a jam-packed show for you this evening. First, we'll get to just real quick with Bron being on Pat McAfee. A lot of people have opinions on it, and now so do I. I thought it was great. I thought it was a decent interview. A lot of people didn't like the fact that he went on Pat's show as opposed to a black platform or some shit like that. Ray Daniels said he should have gave that interview to an up and coming podcaster and all that stuff. No. At first, I was cool with like all that black shit, right? And everybody going, shop at the black brands and stuff like that. I'm still with that to a certain extent, right? But I don't need my athletes to just go on the black channels and shit, right? I don't need the people like the artists that I like or the podcasters that I like to, stay on black platforms and stuff like that. Right, I don't give I used to care about that shit, but now I don't give a fuck about that. None of that, no more. Go on a platform you want to go on, and I think it was strategic on Bron's behalf because First Take comes on, and then the Pat McAfee show comes on. Right, first it's like because usually what I catch Greeny in the morning, and then right as I'm leaving, First Take is coming on. When I used to work from home, it was Greeny, First Take. And then Pat McAfee. So it was a good interview. I like the fact that he put out an unedited version of it on YouTube. Right, cursing LeBron is the best LeBron. He threw his shots. I like the old man LeBron throwing his shots because a lot of times LeBron took the high road a lot, and LeBron didn't really fire back at media. He didn't really get into the back and forth with people, but this stuff with Stephen A is spiraling out of control, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe it's hyperbole. I don't know. But Stephen A did say he, if Bron would have, did something, he would have swung on him. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that. I do believe that Stephen A is just really like getting as much press and FaceTime as he possibly can for this one specific moment. I think a lot of what he do is performative. I don't think he has no longer been the cool analyst, the hip analyst, the hip hop type analyst and shit, right? Everybody has a Zach from Power Rangers, right? I'm not saying that Stephen A is Zach from Power Rangers, but they put the hip hop music on when he came on the screen. We know why he's there, and we know why you're there, Stephen A. That's all I have to say, right? I am off of dating apps. Like completely. I say that shit a lot, but I'm off of them. And here are some takeaways that I have from various dating apps I was on, right? One, a lot of women are tall, right? It's about 5'7" and up, right? That's tall for a woman, right? 99%, that's too high. 80% of the women on those apps are ugly. I'm just saying they're ugly, right? I know I'm not the most handsome guy in the world, but ugly is ugly, right? So there's that. And I can say that because a lot of women, I think women on dating apps, they swipe left on like 98% of the men on the apps. So they already think the majority of us are ugly anyway, right? So it's a wash there. Ugly niggas looking at trying to get ugly niggas, if you're gonna put it that way. A lot of women are fat, like fat, and not that there's anything wrong with it. I like fat women. I'm not fucking ashamed to admit it. I like women, right? I like women with weight on them because I like women to look like women, right? Give me some cellulite, give me some stretch marks or some shit. But there's variations to how like to how fat you can be, like, right? Because there's a lot of women who can be who present themselves as one way and be totally sloppy another way, right? It's one thing to be fat and then there's nothing to be sloppy with this shit, right? Fortunately for me, I've never spoken to none of those women. And lastly, a lot of women aren't even there to talk. They just did it for the ego boost, right? So I coupled that with also knowing that right now, to me, most women are not necessarily good people. So I'm just like, right? Not necessarily saying I don't like women. I love women, right? I love black women too, right? And I'll probably die with one, hopefully, if God lets me get another crack at get another swing at the bat, right? But right now, I've just been presented with really despicable women, right? That's crossed my path, right? And it's a minority of women, right? In the grand scheme of things, it's also a minority of women that represents women as a whole on social media. The most despicable, deplorable women that we've ever seen have the loudest voice on social media. So I try to keep that in perspective, right? And I also want to like just talk to women in real life, right? Because in real life is a lot different. You know, in real life, it feels like I can get, you know, an understanding of like if she's like, oh, she might have an interest or something like that, right? It happened today at the AAA place, right? I knew it was there, and it felt it. I'm like, okay, this is what it feels like, right? I have to remember what those things look like because I'm absent-minded and I forget things, right? Especially if I don't focus on it, and I don't really focus on women too much anymore. So yeah, we're just gonna change some things, and those are my little takeaways from dating apps. Hopefully I'm not trying to offend anyone, but yeah, them niggas is fat and ugly, right? If we fat and ugly too, then y'all fat and ugly too, right? I think a lot of times I look at myself and I'm like, the women I attract is a reflection of who I am as a person, right? To a certain extent, right? So we'll work on some things, and you know, we'll try to get some things changed in that regard. Check this out right here.
Sorry, I've been using baby powder.
Well, you know, this is where your body stores that extra fat, and that pulls down because it's heavy, and then some fluid retention make it heavier, and then pull more down, and then more swelling. So the only way to get rid of this is to lose some weight.
Okay.
He says that like he's telling her this as if she doesn't know that, but judging by how big she is, I don't think she knows if she stops eating that would help with her weight loss.
Okay. All right. You can get rest.
He be so tired of y'all. He be so tired of
So
y'all.
what have you done to lose weight?
I've been going to a gym, but I stopped going because I fell and then I embarrassed myself there.
Okay, when you're 700 pounds,
She said she went to the gym, right? And then she fell. She embarrassed herself. The first thing this nigga says is, you're 700 pounds. I didn't know she was 700 pounds when I found this video. I'm finding that out in real time.
exercise is not a factor in your weight loss. The only factor that affects your weight loss is your food.
Okay.
Okay? So how many times you eat in 24 hours?
24 hours, probably like once or twice.
Okay.
Do you snack in between?
Not really, because I'm working. I do work from home.
Okay, because you know, like, you know, right? You know she's lying, right? I'm not nearly as big as her. She's probably like 7 times me. But I be trying to lose weight too. And I only eat once or twice a day, but I snack maybe 5 to 15 times a day. Right? So if I snack 5 to 15 times a day, you understand what I'm saying?
From what you tell me, you should be 250 pounds, but you're not.
I know.
So where is the extra calorie coming from?
Look at my man right here in the corner and shit. Every time I watch this show, it's always an enabler. The enabler right here and shit. Like the nigga who got who got the highest metabolism in the world and shit can never gain no weight and shit like that, feeding their pizzas and bacon and fucking waffles and shit all the damn time.
That's what I'm needing help with, because it's just been on my body for so long. It's not.
No, y'all are crazy, right? On that show, right? Y'all are fucking. I don't know. Niggas is mad thick. Niggas is mad thick. Niggas is mad thick, fam. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I know that doctor tired of y'all. I know he's tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. What else we got? I've been to church a lot, right? Especially growing up, and
they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together.
but I want to leave right now, though. I want to leave right now. And if I got up to leave, what the usher gonna do? We got to fight the usher to leave? What does this nigga got going on?
Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
That's hate. And so are you, nigga.
There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I actually think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife Melinda P. Sapp was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap, that's swag. I was looking in her eyes, she's looking in mine.
Look at the coons in the back. Look at the coons.
Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. Let's see.
I'm cool. Like, I'm cool. Right? There's a certain spot, there's a certain street in LA where there's like a bunch of churches and shit. Right? I like, in context, I like what churches do for the community, but in actuality, it just feels like a lot of them just like siphon money from people, right? By like you use their faith to get money, right? I think it's disgusting. I think that nigga's disgusting. I think it's all disgusting. Just And they be going for it too. Like if they going for it, they going for it. What bro say from The Wire? Right? Now I'll take a nigga money if you're giving it away. What are we gonna do? Last but not least, let's get to this. On Joe Budden podcast, they had a Patreon episode, and they were talking about, can you be pro-black and marry someone of a different race? On that, with that question, I particularly believe you can, right? Because you don't even have to be black to be for the advancement of black people, right? We see like guys like I consider Bill Burr as pro-black. I consider guys like Tim Wise as pro-black, right? You don't have to be necessarily black to be pro-black, right? If you are black and you consider yourself pro-black and you marry or you have children with someone that is non-black, you need to expect to have your pro-black card examined thoroughly every time you get into a "are you pro-black or not" conversation, right? Every time, because that comes with that, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're pro-black and you for the advancement of black people as a black person, then you probably should create babies and create families with a black woman, right? If all things are equal. But again, you don't have to be black to be pro-black. But if you happen to be black and you are pro-black and you do marry outside your race, fine. You're still pro-black in my book, but you're going to get that pro-black card examined every single time, right? Ish from the Joe Budden podcast will always get that pro-black card analyzed, get the hard eyes on it, right? They looking at the card, looking at this nigga, looking at the card, look at this nigga, right? Let's see what Joe and the cast have to say about that.
And I said that I was surprised. I didn't know that she was married for one, and then also I didn't know that she was married to a white dude.
Yeah, she keep him tucked. She's keeping tucked.
Cool. I did say that it's interesting to me because I do have a little bit of a that's interesting feel when I see someone that I consider kind of pro-black married to someone who's white.
I feel less like that for black women than I do for black men who make that same choice. That's like,
no, let him elaborate, please.
I do a double take in both cases. I don't judge. I'm not the person that says you don't love.
I'm not judging.
You're not pro-black. I don't say that. But I make a different choice because I know a lot of the black women I find in those powerful positions who end up with white men. Black men didn't choose them, and so they're often going where they're loved. I'll give you an example. When Whoopi Goldberg started dating Ted Danson, old school reference for black people was mad. And you know what Whoopi said? How many of y'all would date me? That was her rhetorical question. And obviously, she never.
Stop that right there because that's going to go on for a very long time. But whether you agree with Mark's point or not about him giving grace to black women in this context over the black men is interesting, right? I don't know if I agree with that or disagree with that. I don't really have an opinion on that specific part. But yeah, if you pro-black or whatever, be pro-black. I don't give a fuck who you marry. I'm not one of them people who you can't fuck with them white bitches. You certainly can't fuck with those white bitches and be Shaka Zulu all at the same fucking time. So so there's that. So I probably talked your head off for a very long time. This has been great. I love each and every one of you. Again, like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube, the Tickety Talks, the Instagrams. Go over there and do that. Thank God I do not do this for money. I do this for the fucking love of the game. Yeah, stay at the fucking dating apps and niggas is fat and ugly. Peace.